Hello everybody! Welcome back to Noah's YouTube channel. It's so good to see everyone again. I know I took a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm back with something very, very exciting. I have henna on my hand, but this is not the thing. This is just a simple act of self-expression. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Put in the comments if there's something wrong with self-expression. What the f***, bro? You really think there's something wrong with that? I think that's a little up that you'd think that. Ignore how messy my bed is. I swear to God, I'm not usually an oaf, but my thoughts have been consumed with something very exciting, and this is a serious vid. This is a serious vid. Serious vid alert. Serious vid alert. So if you just want a silly vid, click off. Okay, Hoser? Okay, famous singer Hosier. I am building an all-in-one acting app, a rehearsal tool for actors to do everything from start to finish, all in one place. From starting to rehearse, to filming your self-tape, to editing your self-tape, to even publishing your self-tape. I noticed a problem, and that's just the way my innovative mind works. Actors don't really like using computers. I was talking to a lot of actors, and a lot of them don't use an app. I think that's for a lot of reasons, but I think it can be very distracting. So that brings me to my tagline. Acting without distracting. I've been trying to use an app to act for a long time, but I couldn't find one that suited all of my needs. I would say I'm a pretty techie guy. I use my computer a lot, but I couldn't find an app that would work super well for what I wanted to do. And the one that I could find, Scriptation, is $20 a month, which I think is way too much money, and also it just didn't have the features that I wanted. I'll show you guys the voice that it produces.
I know what it looks like, or sounds like, but she's pretty risk averse, I think, from her last job. And she has some stuff around the holiday.
It sounds like the first ever robot voice that has ever been produced ever. It's the year 2025. I think we have better technology than this.
I just want to show you what my app sounds like, the superior app.
I'm gonna throw poo at you. Please don't. I'm sorry I have to do this. I suppose if you must just make it quick. This isn't personal.
I'm not gonna knock this app. I think it's cool for a lot of reasons, and probably a lot of people are like, this is fine, this works for everything I need it to do. I like a lot of the features inside of it, but $20 a month, and it just doesn't do them well enough for me to justify that $20 a month. And there's also a ton of features that it's missing. It's missing a ton of features. It's missing a ton of features that I care about. So yeah, for me, it was kind of a non-starter, especially with the price being $20. I don't think actors are willing to pay that much money. I searched far and wide for an app that did all the things I wanted to do for a power user like me, or for the lame simpleton, the average everyday Joe actor. Joe Mama. Okay, I'm a CEO and tech founder. Here we go, reworking. I need the absolute silence to get into character. So I noticed a gap in the market, and I decided to fill the job. The app is called Offbook. It is going to be an open source app. I hope it's going to stay that way. It's going to be ready for people to buy. Let's get right into it, and I'll explain a little more after, because I think the best way to explain this is just to show you my workflow. Eventually I want this to work with everyone's workflow, but this is mine, because right now I'm just building it for me. Eventually I'm gonna put a lot of work into making sure it works for everyone. I want it to have every acting tool in it ever. This is our project screen. So this is where it shows you all the projects that you have. Project is literally just a folder containing all the files that you would need for a specific scene or a production. You can also organize it however you like, but this is how I do it. Go new project. Let's call it new self-tape. I just got a self-tape and it's very new, and here it is. So we click OK, and now that will make it inside of your library. Every good self-tape starts when you get it from Actors Access, which brings us to our very first feature that I want to highlight, which is our resources tab. This is basically just links that you have saved, and you can name them anything you'd like. It's literally just a bookmark to a link that you use often. And then so we have Actors Access in here. So if we click on Actors Access, either double click it or click Add to Project, boom, we have our first link right in there. You see Actors Access popping up. For those of you who don't know, Actors Access is basically just a platform that your agent can submit you to different online productions, and then you'll get a self-tape request on this, and then you upload it right to here. So having it right built into the app is beautiful, and it'll become even more beautiful as we discover the suite of features that I have carefully concocted. So let's log in. The ad blocker also does not work right now. You'll find that most things don't work right now, and that's why I need a developer team. So boom, here, right in the app, we have, first of all, an advertisement, which is supposed to be being blocked right now, but I'm not mad. Then we go right in here, and this is where generally all your self-tapes will show up. So let's click on just an old one just to show you guys. This is where it will show your breakdown. So now I can click over here, and I will access my breakdown. What I used to do, which is now going to become a little obsolete due to my app, is I have a web browser that lets me just take a screenshot of the page. So I would just take a screenshot of all the information, then I would click download, and then I would go into where I have my library, which I will find by right-clicking here, going view file location, and this will take you to your library folder. And then I would just call it breakdown.png. If you save it to the project file folder, refresh, and then it will show up right here. And now you have your PNG. You can open it just like this. This works for a lot of reasons. You can annotate it within the app. That doesn't work for PNGs right now. I could access my breakdown just by clicking this. If I want to annotate the breakdown, I could go to the PNG version of it. So now I'll show you how scripts work in the app. Let's get into the bread and butter, folks. This is Flourish, but this is a little garnish, but it's an acting rehearsal tool. So let's show you the rehearsal. On Actors Access, we have the sides here. And so you would click this and download it, but for now I'm just gonna use one that I already have. So you just take a script and you drag it into the file folder, and then it shows up right here. And here is my script. Let me introduce you to work pages, web workstations, I don't exactly know what I'm calling it yet, but each one of them is its own specific tool. So when I'm editing a PDF, the annotate, the read, and the rehearse one will show up. This changes depending on what type of file you're editing. So if you see I go into this one, it's just view, read, and rehearse. That's the PNG. If you see I click on a web page, it's just browse, which is just a browser. There might be more eventually, but that's it right now. For PDFs, we have annotate. So if I go in here, this doesn't work very well right now, but let's just say I want to highlight this, and I can click save annotations. Failed to save, fuck, doesn't work yet, but then it will just save that as a file. And then our next page is read. So this will just literally read out the entire PDF to you. This can be very useful. A lot of actors, they say just listen to the script or read the script a bunch of times before you go in and rehearse it. You want to actually just consume the media that it is a part of. You can change the voices here. I don't know why it does this glitch. I haven't been able to fix that yet. Kind of fun, I guess. But yeah, this one just reads it. Right now it's broken. So it's the read page, and then here's rehearse. So here I have a script, and let's say I want to be character Noah. So I click this, and that means that this is the character that I'm now rehearsing. And let's say I want to highlight these lines a certain color. I would click on this, I would click on the cool color, and then now all of my lines are highlighted. And then we have a couple options at the top here. This one will just turn off highlighting. This one shows if you're highlighting the character's name or not. This one will highlight parentheticals, so anything in a bracket, it will either highlight or unhighlight. And then this one is connected to a button that I really like called hieroglyphs. When you click it, it will turn off every letter that's not the first letter. You can go through and rehearse. You have to fill in the blanks in your head. What is each letter? If you highlight it, you can't see them. So you only have the first letter, and then you have to fill in the words. So it's a really useful tool for memorization. I use this all the time. If you click this button, it smooshes them. And so now they're all just one right after the other. So eventually I want to have pretty much every way that's out there of memorizing lines. I want to have just a ton of different tools right within the app, and you'll be able to customize these, add new ones, play around with it, just really get deep. You can also go into full screen, and this will just open things up in a better view. You can do the font size right here. So what most apps do right now is you're gonna be able to click rehearse, and then it will read the other person's lines, and then it'll give you time to use yours. I'm eventually gonna have it so you can just click the button and it'll go to the next line. So it'll read this character's, then it will give you time to read yours, and then you can click the button and it'll go right to the next one, and it'll work with any pause button on a headphone. That's a feature I've not seen in any other app, and it's gonna be in our app, the best app in the world. So we're starting to see we got a bunch of features in here. Right within here, we have our breakdown, and this is also the page you can use to upload your self-tape. And then we have any image, literally any image in the world, right here, whenever you need it, ready to reference. And then you can annotate your script, rehearse it right here within the app. Okay, this is just scratching the surface, baby. Here's the next feature. You see this little button right here? Boom, we click it, and now we are making a new rich text file, which is basically just text. And then, so let's say this is our notes. Let's make that right there. It opens up in our file system. We click it, and now we are making notes. Hello, this is a note. And then we can save it, and it will save it right to your files. You can reference it at any point. Remember, you can go view file location. There it is. You want to share this? Boom, Bob's your uncle. You're sharing it, okay? Simple as pie. Is pie simple? I think so. It's just fruit and pastry. Here's a feature that I really like. When you double click any file, it opens up in a pop-up window. I'm sweating because I'm getting so passionate about this. So now I can go to my script. While I'm rehearsing, I can reference my notes. More notes. And then you can click save right here. It saves it. Everything's good. Bob's your uncle. Bob's my uncle. Bob's everyone's uncle. And I mentioned it's open source. And it's going to be a community-driven project. And it's going to be built by a whole team of awesome people eventually. Link in the description for the business email that you can use to email me. And if you want to get involved, we're going to have a Discord. And we're going to drink alcohol and develop this app. Okay, more features. Okay, so to explain this next feature, let's just say that this script I got right here, I'm a monkey, okay? Noah is a monkey. And so I need to reference some footage of what a monkey looks like. I don't know if you noticed, but I am not a monkey. Contrary to what some people believe, I'm a regular human being. So I need to reference some footage. So I have here an MP4 of a monkey. Drag it right into our thing, click it. Footage of a monkey. Look at him go. I think he's really gonna, ooh, throwing his poo-poo. There he goes. On her face, whoa. Okay, so now we have, we got a footage of a monkey, and then let's go to this website I like to use, International Dialects of English Archive. That's right in our references folder. And then let's give him an accent. So I want to reference, I think, European. Let's make it an English accent, and let's do England 8. This website's awesome. It basically just shows you every accent in the world. So now I think I want to have him have this accent. So let's rename this file accent. So now we have our accent right here, and then we have a footage of monkey throwing poop, but now this is getting really unorganized, so let's make a folder called references. So then let's put all our references right in this folder. So now I have the accent, which is this guy. At any point, I can reference the accent. I can look at the footage of the monkey throwing his poo-poo caca. It's all within its own folder. And then at some point, I'm the monkey, and I'm in an audience, and everyone's got to go, "Aw," but I don't know what that sounds like, so I need to bring in a reference clip of someone saying, "Aw, did I mention we can do MP3s?" Boom, let's drag it right into the reference folder, and now at any point, I can go, listen to this. Aww. So that's right there. And did I mention you can also open it a pop-up window, and now you can be referencing it while you're looking at your script, while you're reading it, while it's rehearsing. Did I mention you can also write the scripts right within the app? Script new, let's call it. Monkey, gonna throw my poo at you, dude. Dude, no, please don't. Monkey, okay, thanks, man. Psych, throwing my poo. And then we click save, and then we go read, and now look, we have dude and monkey right here. We can choose the voices for when we want to read it out loud to ourselves. We go reverse, boom, we can highlight monkey. Monkey's highlighted yellow, but let's change it to gray. Monkey's highlighted. Oh, we want to memorize. Boom, hieroglyphs. Right all within the app. We got our file system right over here. I hope it's becoming a little clear why I think this app is freaking awesome, and it's something that I'm gonna be using every single day. This is just scratching the surface. It's so early right now. I'm literally vibe coding this right now, so I'm coding it using AI. I know nothing about programming. I'm learning a little bit as I go. I'm really excited to keep building on these features, and I'm really excited to have this get into people's hands. I really just want this to be either free or very, very cheap. I do want it to be open source, so I'm thinking I literally just release it for free. It's on the website, and then maybe on the App Store you pay 20 some odd bucks for it, 5 to 20 bucks for it. I'm looking for developers, so I'm looking for people to join the team. I just want cool people to work on it with. We're all gonna be learning how to do this as we go. I just need a team. I can't pay anyone. Eventually I might accept donations right within the app. I might do a little section for doing donations like how OBS does and whatnot. I'm very, very excited for this app. I know I'm joking today, but this is a serious project that I'm working on, and I would like more people to come work on it with me. Look in the description for my email. email. I'm gonna put that down there. If anyone has features, let me know in the comment section. If there's a feature that you would like me to add. If you're a developer, please hit my line, please HML, and let's work on this together. I'm not a coder, so I'm looking for people who are better than I am. Eventually, I would like to make an iPad version. This is gonna be pretty complex for the desktop app, but I know a lot of actors, if it's a desktop app, they just won't use it. Would eventually love to make it an iPad and a mobile app that people can use. But for now, it's just gonna be for desktop. So that's way down the line. I have like 100 billion features that I want to add to this, and I want it to keep growing and getting better and getting cooler and getting more awesomer and getting sexier. I want it to be on every platform. I think a lot of people could really benefit from a tool like this. I want it to feel like something people can get better at and grow with. Yeah, so get involved. Bye, everyone.